Is there anything where you're actually jumping in and needing to do any like specific coding, or is it mainly connecting, APIs, webhooks, et cetera, to each other?
Yeah, the latter. Pretty much everything is no code, with the webhook being the lowest code tier that we're getting into.
Okay. And then are you using any other tools like Make or Zapier or any of those to allow that communication?
Totally. So it really depends on when the client comes to us and they either know that someone's going to own their automations afterwards, someone on their team, or if they think that they'll keep us for a little while, depending on how we do, if we do a good enough job, that'll determine which tool we use. So the reason I say that as a precursor is because Zapier to me is very intuitive. You can jump in there. It's, they've got the AI builder, but also so many tools interact with Zapier that if you're using any CRM, any document builder, it integrates with Zapier first because they were the first. I don't know if they were first to market, but they got the biggest fast. And so I tell people, if you're going to own this, let's build it on Zapier. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but you will eventually be able to edit things. You can build new things in Zapier very easily as someone that's not as technical as I am or my team. If you want us to potentially run it for you in the future, or you have someone technical on your team, then we might look at something like make.com. N8N is another popular automation tool that's kind of having a golden hour right now. Those two are slightly more technical, cheaper, and can do slightly more complex automations.
Okay.
But someone who just logs into Make for the first time, it's not going to be intuitive where they're going to be able to answer their own questions.
Interesting. Okay, gotcha. Now, are you seeing, and maybe some of these tools already have that, but where people have some of these pre-built, and I think probably some of the solutions that you guys have, are you doing these pre-built solutions that people could basically just, I don't want to say plug in, but in essence into their workflow that already have a lot of these automations built out?
Make.com has some good templates that you can pick out of their library and fill in the blanks. Like, here's my account. Here's what I want the subject line of the email to be. And I don't think we're too far off from someone starting a directory of automations that they can kind of download and plug in. There are a lot of communities online for automation builders where there's a big repository of different automations that you can plug in. But a lot of the stuff that we do, we are not necessarily publishing publicly the code that someone could plug in, but we have standard workflows that we build for people quite frequently. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Grant, would you say the client's goal when it comes to automation, is it, do they come in with I want to save cost, or is it I want to save time? And as you go through the process, their goals change because the reality of automation and what it takes kicks in?
I would say visibility is a big one. So money and time, always. People are always looking for probably time more than money. But I get visibility as one that's really important because we work in project management, we work in invoicing and the CRM. They just want to be able to see, hey, how many leads do I have coming in? What's the status of my sales pipeline? How much money do people owe me right now on a graph? Can I get that all in one place ideally? That is something that a lot of people really are interested in when they start working with us. Because the biggest issue that we've seen is that you might pay for really expensive software like a HubSpot and really expensive, whatever. You might pay for something and not be getting, because it wasn't set up correctly, you're not getting the value you thought you would get out of it. So people abandon these tools and try to start the next one that they install themselves, and in 6 to 12 months run into the same issue. So we really need to make sure that all the tools are set up correctly, that they're getting all the money that they paid for. So are they getting all the features they're paying for? And then we automate. And it's kind of that 3-step process that allows us to really have an impact over the first 3 months.